Hi, thanks for tuning in today. I am going to do a quick video to give you the rundown of my car rental experience with me renting a car in Turks and Caicos. So, my 2-year-old and I, we recently traveled there for a couple of days just to, hang out, get a little relaxation in. Well, I did a little bit of research and realized the best way to get around was to rent a car. It was the most affordable way and convenient. So I started looking around. Now, I deem myself the rental queen, okay? I rent cars all the time. I travel a lot. I rent cars all the time. So I know the ins and out. I know how to get what I want, the price that I want. I look at the policies and procedure, whatever the case may be, I'm on it. Now, in this particular case, I ended up going with Payless Car Rental. Okay. Now, I've rented from there before in the States, though, I believe. I have not rented from them outside of the US. So I've never had a problem or issue with them. It was either them or Avis because I actually booked two separate reservations. I placed two reservations on hold. Tip. That is a bonus tip, okay? Anytime you're traveling outside the US or just traveling in general and you're placing a rental on hold, I always recommend placing two reservations on hold. You don't have to pay anything most of the time to place a reservation on hold, and you are not charged for any cancellation. So it's just to your benefit if you're going to travel, rent a car, if you place a hold or a reservation on hold with two separate companies at different times as well. Anyway, so I had a reservation with Payless Rental and with Avis. Okay. I got to the rental car center or counter because they have some of them that are on site and then they have some that are off site. This particular car rental company was on site. So I went to the guy. He was very nice. He gave me the rundown of this, boom, boom, boom. He gave me the rules and policies, whatever the case. I basically read through most of everything. So, because that's important. I read through everything. I said, okay, cool. So I think I asked a few questions about like off-road because it had like a paper that said, rules and suggestions and kind of like keep in mind it was telling you not to go off road. So I was laughing about it and telling him about one of my previous experiences. So he told me to go outside, turn to the right, wait there by the curb until the shuttle comes to take me to the car. Cool. So my 2-year-old and I, we wait out by the curb. The shuttle guy comes. He takes us to the rental car, right? So we just got into Turks and Caicos. We just landed not too long ago. We've been through customs. Now we're picking up the rental. And I don't know, we just picked up the rental and it is so questionable. Like, oh, you have a small car? Yes, that's all we need is just her and I. So she's like, oh, okay. She was like, okay, this is your car here. I looked at the car and I'm like, it wasn't like that bad on the outside, but you can tell it was old and it was like busted a little bit. Like, I swear. I looked around and I'm looking at the other cars and I'm like, I opened the car and it has like a cigarette hole burn in the seat, not the mat or anything, the actual seat. Like, it's like old school. It has like it just looked old, right? And I'm laughing because I'm like, what is going on? Is this the car that you guys are giving me today? So I'm like, you know what? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, are there any cars? So I asked her, I said, are there any other cars that I could rent? She's like, they're all the same. We're in the process of switching all of the car vehicles out. Oh, when you come back the next time, they'll more than likely be switched out. Wait, I'm not talking about next time. I'm talking about like right now. So I'm in the parking lot and I'm laughing because I've never, as much as I rented a car, I've never had a situation where the car rental company has given me a beat up, busted car. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm standing there thinking and I'm like, oh. And the price was not that much different from Avis. The problem is I would have had to have the guy take us back to the airport in the shuttle and then go to the Avis ticket counter and then rent the car, go through whatever, go through all of that, come back, and then like I didn't feel like going through all of that, right? Because where we were, you only pick the car up. Like you don't rent the car there. So you would have had to go back to the rental ticket, the rental counter. And I'm like, oh, let me check the car. Let me look around. Let me walk around it. So she's like, oh, well, we already have all the notes about the repairs. So I'm going down, checking everything off. I'm like, oh, stretch here, dent here, this, and that. I was just laughing to myself and out loud a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I could not believe that this car was so raggedy. But it was just so funny to me. I was cracking up. And like, the car did get us around and it did its job, but it was a case where, so we were riding one night and the bumper looked like it was about to fly off the car. And I just so happened to notice it in the rear view, on the side mirror. And I'm like, so I slowed down and it kind of sat in place. But I'm thinking like, what if I wouldn't have seen that and the bumper would have fell off? They would have tried to blame me because the bumper flew off. Well, obviously it's a screw or something that's loose back there. This car was raggedy. I was like, you know what? Let me just get this car back in same condition they gave it to me, and I want to be done with it because I don't want to be held responsible for anything I didn't do. And that's what I told the representative when she gave me the car, like the keys and everything. But to be honest, if I had to do it again, I probably would go back to the airport, go to the Avis counter, whatever other company that I rented. I had my second reservation with, and I would have rented from them. Only because my situation, yes, it was cool, and it ended up not, doing much. But that's not always the case. Like, what if the bumper would have fallen off, blown off? One, I may have not even noticed that it had flew off until after the fact. So then I'm like, well, where's the bumper? Or two, it could have made damages, made the bumper worse than what it was. And then they try to blame me for it. Like, oh, I hit something or it was my fault. It was already like that, boo. Okay. We made it back to the car rental center, safely, car in good condition. It is what it is. So I just wanted to tell you that be careful when you rent a car. Make sure you check out my blog post that gives you everything that you need to know when you're traveling and renting a car. Like, I promise you, no lie, just from my own experience and what I've learned over the years from traveling and renting cars while I'm traveling. Trust me, check out the blog post. You will not be disappointed. Before you rent a car, just cover, everything that you need to cover. You'll be great. So thanks for tuning in, and I guess I will chat with you next time.